This exercise will be a progression through a DNS tripod position. Okay, so great for hip range of motion and just kind of loading the entire lower extremity. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, starting in a quadruped position, so starting on our hands and knees, okay, hands directly under shoulders and knees directly underneath of your hips, okay, creating that neutral spine, so tucking your chin, lengthening your spine, okay. From here, what we're gonna do is you're gonna lift one leg, and I want you to place it just to the outside of that same-sided hand, okay, so lifting here, bringing that foot next to that hand, okay, loading kind of equally throughout your foot. So placing your entire foot down, loading through your heel, the base of your big toe, and then kind of the base of your rest of your toes here. Okay, so from this position, you're gonna minimize kind of the shakes here, but you're gonna lift yourself up, using your arms as a counterbalance, coming into a half kneeling position, making sure knee, hip, and shoulder on this down side is nice and straight and stacked on top of each other. And then we'll sit back onto our heel, extending that leg out straight in front of you. Again, creating neutralness kind of through the spine and keeping that throughout the entire movement. Then what we'll do is nice and slow and controlled, shifting up into that half kneeling position again, and then bringing those arms back down next to our hand or next to our foot. Okay, so you should feel kind of some activation all in the hip, loading in the glute, and then kind of some loading throughout the lower extremity. We can return that leg back into that quadruped position and then do the same thing on the other side. So again, just for a different angle, lifting that foot up, placing it next to your hand, loading throughout your entire foot. Okay, then what we'll do here, already feeling kind of a stretch in your hip here, lifting up to that half kneeling position, using those arms as counterbalance here, sitting back towards your ankle, extending that leg out, good, and then coming back up to a half kneeling position, again stacking shoulder, hip, and knee, back down to the ground. All these movements are nice, slow, and controlled, and then back into that quadruped position. Okay.